Welcome back to the video on stationary Saturn, and in the last video I explained you about stationary Saturn, what does it means and what are its effects. Now in this video I will explain you about whom it will affect and what would be its effective remedies. I am your astro life coach Ved Vyaskov and you are watching my channel. I would like you to subscribe to my channel and to press the bell icon so that you get a notification whenever I upload a new video, new exciting videos on astrology. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's continue our presentation on stationary Saturn. And before we begin, I would again like to remind you that I have also made a video in Hindi. So if any one of you want to watch this in Hindi, then you can go to my channel and you will find a video in Hindi too. And if you want a consultation from me, then you will find all my contact details, my website and my page in the description below. Now, in the last video, I forgot to show you what a stationary Saturn looks like, or how to find whether a Saturn is stationary in our chart or not. So I will quickly show you that too. So this is a J Hora. This is today's transit chart. And here we see that Saturn is in the 9th house. Saturn is at 19 degrees and 48 minutes, and we will check the speed of Saturn here. Okay, so here we see that the speed of Saturn is minus 0.003 degree per day. Now, if we see compared to the speed of other planets, then Sun is more or less the same, Moon is more or less the same, one nakshatra per day approximately. Mars and Mercury and Venus are at their highest potential speed. They are moving in a very high speed. Jupiter is gaining speed. Jupiter is slow. Now, if you follow any astrological classics, then 8 types of planetary speeds are mentioned. So planet has kind of 8 states, and stationary phase is one of the phase, retro is one of the phase, direct is one of the phase, very high speed, top speed is one of the phase, slow is phase. So there are different kind of phases, and according to that there are different planetary results. Today we are talking on the results of stationary planet. So here we see that Saturn is almost at the 0 speed. Like if we check the speed of yesterday, then it was 0.004. Of a day before that was more. And if we check the speed of tomorrow, that is 17th of September, then it is 0.001, which is practically 0. And on 18th, it is 0.001. So on that day, the planet Saturn is changing its direction and it is going direct. And we see again speed is increasing, but it is very less, substantially very less, but slowly it is increasing. So like this, the speed will increase little by little. So this was a demonstration. So if you want to check in your chart whether you have a stationary planet or not, then just go to the latitude and longitude in your software. J Hora I use. If you can use other softwares too, but there would be longitudinal speed, and if you see any planet which is moving, Jupiter or Saturn, if they are moving direction in 2 or 3 or 5 days after or before your birth, then potentially you are in the stationary. You are having a stationary planet. Okay, so by this you can check. For Mercury it is 1 day, for Venus it is 1 day, for Mars it is 2 days, for Jupiter 4 days, Saturn it is 5 to 6 days practically. You can check this. Now I will start with my presentation. Just wait a bit. So we begin with this beautiful image of Saturn, and in the last part I told you about what stationary Saturn is and what are its effects. So now I will tell you whom it will affect. Firstly, we need to understand that for retrograde planets, transitory planets bring a kind of a general change in the environment, but they will not affect everybody to a greater intensity. So like this, retrograde planet would have a greater effect on the people who are having retrograde planet in their own natal chart. So for stationary planets also, those people who are having either retrograde or stationary planet in their chart, they will feel a kind of sudden urge or bulge or suddenness, uneasiness in their life or in the surrounding. So the people who will be affected the most would be people who have either retrograde Saturn or stationary Saturn. Then another category is the people who are under the Saturn Mahadasha or Antardasha. Here we can cancel out the Mahadasha because Mahadasha is of 19 years. It is a very big phase. But rather, if we see Antardasha or even Pratyantardasha, then it would have a greater effect. Then if you have a Saturn in natal Saturn in Purvashada Nakshatra, which is the mid of Sagittarius sign where Saturn is transiting at this moment. I have selected, I'm saying this Purvashada sign because if you have natal Saturn there, then you are experiencing an event known as Saturn returns, which is once in a 30 years event. And Saturn returns are very powerful and very impactful. Purvashada is a very aggressive sign. It is known as Ugra or fierce sign. It had its effect in a very fierce and impactful way. You can understand Ugra nakshatras like they create a kind of very huge pressure-like situation. Okay, Purvashada you can imagine as a waterfall, and waterfall and the impact of that Purvashada or waterfall is like you are standing below the water jet and you have a sudden large impact of the falling water. It is like that. Purvashada is like that, a dam which is just released open and all the water is flowing outside. Purvashada is very aggressive nakshatra and it is a nakshatra related to declaration of the war. So here you can see that while Saturn is in Purvashada nakshatra, there will be sudden development of war or sudden revolt. There will be atmosphere which is very warm and aggressive in general. Then if you have a major planet in Sagittarius sign, then you will be affected to a greater extent because Saturn would passing through these planets and it will create a greater impact. Another result is if you have a moon in Sagittarius or Gemini. I'm saying about moon in Sagittarius or Gemini because if moon is in Sagittarius and you are experiencing a phase or a situation which is known as Sadesati. And Sadesati is more of mental in nature. Saturn is a planet which affects our karmas, and when it is over moon, it pressurizes our mind to a greater extent. So for this reason, Sadesati is of a greater impact in the transit. So if you are having either moon or Saturn in the Sagittarius sign in the Purvashada or in the Gemini sign, then the impact of it would be to a greater extent. And obviously, if two or more conditions in your case are true, then you would be affected to a greater extent, and it would be a kind of a very huge period for you where you can either achieve greater amount of success or you will you need to try your level best to do the things that you want to do. I mentioned before also that since Saturn is with Ketu, so the restriction or the resistance is of a greater extent. So if you start working now, then you will see its effects when the grip of Saturn and Ketu is loosened in October, mid-October. So after that, you will start to see the result. So mainly if you want to see anything related to your profession, your karma, your job, your career, your money related issues, and start working now. Then there are the certain timelines when it would be effective. Then I said that Saturn goes on 18th of September, and it is Saturn goes direct on 18th of September. Sorry, this is a mistypo here. And Saturn is stationary direct on from 13th to 23rd of September. So this is a very this is a period of huge potential where you can start your new things or restart your old things. And Saturn breaks away from Ketu moves to a greater distance from Ketu, moves out of the hindrance range of Ketu in mid of October. So you will see that things would against you will be getting the results that you want to get. Now, what could be the remedies? Now, remedies could be of many types. I don't recommend remedies uh, uh, which are very expensive or which require huge care, like gemstones or other form of pujas, which normal people cannot do. But instead, I will um, say that you should do certain karmic remedies. Now, karmic remedies means that the significators related to certain old people, poor people, sick people. You could serve them, you could help them, you could behave with them in a good way. The people which are below your social strata, you could be kind to them. You could be generous to them. It would be a very good thing. Another thing that I feel is that at this moment Pitru Paksh is going on, and if Saturn is related to your second house, and if you are facing monetary issues or anything related to bad money or your money struck, then I would say that you should feed people in every way, in every capacity that you can feed. You can buy food for them at a personal level, or you can participate in any kind of NGO or any type of religious ceremonies where you serve people food with your own hands. It would be good. Another thing is that uh, it is mainly related to if you are having monetary issues related to Saturn issues, then you should stop bargaining, because Saturn is a very conservative planet, and if you bargain, then your second house is activated, which is related to family, it is related to money, it is related to all kinds of food that you eat. And Saturn is a conservative planet. Saturn represents poor people. So if you bargain with the poor people, then Saturn is effectively implemented on your second house, which is a house related to money. So your money flow will get much more restricted, or you will develop issues in your family. So stop bargaining with poor people, people who are on the streets, like we can say local hawkers, or these kinds of people who live below the margin line. Another thing is that Saturn is with Ketu and in the sign of Sagittarius, so it can represent an old or diseased dog which you may find in the street, or an old man suffering from many disease. If you see such kind of a dog or a man, then you should help them, because many times this could be the nimitta from planet, and after doing these things, you can see a big relief in your life and lifestyle. So it would be a good thing. Another thing that I'm finding very effective is that Saturn is a planet of humbleness. So if you start cleaning, if you start doing your home, like if you start grooming, sweeping your home, your own room, mopping your own room, if you stop troubling your family members or housemates, and instead of them, if you start doing your own cleanup, then it would be a very good, because Saturn is a planet which makes makes one humble. So if you show enough of humbleness, then it would be a very good thing. Then there are certain other things, that Saturn is a planet of work and all things related to karma. So you start working on your plan. If your plan are stuck somewhere, then you should regroup, you should rework, you should replan, and you should work. Saturn is a planet related to mental strength. So Saturn affects mood to a greater level. So you should improve your mental strength. There are many exercises and many ways to improve your mental strength, which could be related to NLP, EFT, and it could be related to meditation, spiritual retreats. Many things are possible. Reading good books. Saturn is a planet of humbleness, thankfulness. So showing an attitude of gratitude is a very good thing. So you should do that. There is another thing which I call it the resolution technique, and I would say that it is one of the best thing to make a resolution. It is very similar to EFT. If you want something in life, then you should identify what you are doing at this moment, and you should identify what wrong you are doing. So just take a piece of paper and start writing the things that you are doing in a wrong way, or write in a negative way. Like if you want to save money to buy something, then start writing the things which you are not doing. Okay, all the negative things. It could be in a very negative fashion, but speak your heart out. Write all the negativities on the paper, and then tear it up or burn it up and throw it in your garden or in your bathroom, washroom, anywhere. Just flush it out. So by this you are flushing out all your negativities. Then wash your face and um, and take a fresh notebook or a piece of paper and start writing the things that you want in life, and plan the things in a very detailed way. Do this simple exercise. It will take hardly 5 to 10 minutes for 21 days continuously without a break, and you will see a great relief in your life. So guys, this was all about Saturn, stationary Saturn. I would like to thank you all for your patience. If you want a consultation, these are my contact details. I have also given my contact details in the description box. If you want any kind of consultation or anything, then you are most welcome. I would like to thank you all. Thank you for your patience. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.